Alright, hi guys, welcome to my second support lesson. This is going to be, I don't know what we're going to play today, but basically, it's been, I don't know how long, maybe like 8 months since my first support lesson, and so this is going to be my second one. And yeah, I just want to go through a bunch of changes that has happened since then, and just changes to my mentality as a support player and as a player in general. So I'm going to start off just pretty much naming all the support champions. So the most common support champions you're going to see today is going to be Alistar, Blitz, who has been very popular, especially in high elo Sokyu, as recently as maybe a month ago. So there's that. Next one's going to be let's see, Galio is also fairly popular, or not that popular, but he's actually played. GP support, not so much, but his viability is certainly there. Oh, I forgot Fiddlesticks, which was actually played by M5 recently, and they beat us with that, so it's definitely has that potential, but just takes too long to scale is one of the big problems. And plus, if you don't get ahead, you tend to shut for eye touch. Her phone? Sorry, eye touch? Oh my god. Is it my support commentary, dude? That's eye touch.
It's between you and me.
It's an eye touch, dude. It's an eye touch. It's on a phone. It's on a phone. I know she left it here. Alright, anyways, forget about that. And the other popular support is, of course, Janna. Played so much. It's high CC. And the global passive is definitely one of the strongest passes on any champion, and especially on a support. It's very useful. Another popular support is Leona, which has been getting a lot more popular recently because of the nerfs to Janna and Soraka, the two main sustained champions that really just countered. Oh, also Sona, that actually really countered Leona. And right now, Leona's pretty much one of the strongest supports, and she's really fun to play, at least in my opinion. Another support would be Lulu, which, even though she saw a lot of play when she first came out, just hasn't been too popular as a support because of just generally how overshadowed she is. Lulu is still fairly decent as a support, however, Janna just easily overshadows her, and supports like Leona just pretty much can kill her. Whereas it's a lot harder for Leona to kill a Janna lane. And another support would be Nunu. Nunu is a he's really relying on the AD. He's very strong. His steroid is pretty much one of the strongest steroids in the game, and it's used on your AD carry or whoever. And movement speed plus the attack speed plus an attack speed slow. It's just so much utility, even though his Q is absolutely useless on support. And another support would be, let's see, Sona. Sona actually has not been very popular recently because of the nerfs to her very early game, like level 1 and 2 and 3 have been nerfed really hard. So Sona has not been popular at all recently, and that's that early game nerf to her damage is really hurtful for her. So Sona really not that popular anymore. But then she has really nice tits and people still play her. So another support is Soraka. She is really popular still. She's still one of the strongest supports. The nerfs to her weren't really that big. They're mainly towards her AP side, which is ridiculous and annoying to lane against. But even though there were a lot of changes and people thought Soraka was out of flavor or over nerfed, she really isn't. She's still one of the strongest supports. The ability to sustain, and just burst healing, very strong, plus armor buff. And let's see, I believe the last support would be Tarek. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it should be Tarek. And Tarek pretty much has remained the same for a while after his rework, and he is just still a really strong pick. He has the most auras out of any support champion, having armor buff plus an AD plus AP aura on his ultimate when used. So Taric, still a really strong pick, just not as popular as say Soraka or Janna, but for obvious reasons since he's just not as strong. But in the end, Taric's still a very strong pick. His level 6 burst potential is still among the highest as a support. And Chaos is really loud, and I apologize for that. Okay, so, alright, enough about that. Those are all the champions. And I'm just going to play one game. Probably just going to work here. And, no, I'm pretty sure I got all the, dude, I'm trying to do commentary here. And, alright, so, yeah, I mean, I don't think I missed any supports, cause, yeah, I mean, Teemo, come on, he's not a support. Zillion, not really a support either. Kale, sorta, but he's just really weak. Her heal is really not really a heal, it's more of a movement steroid thing. And Karma is just Karma, needs to be worked before she is viable. So, yeah, I mean, I really didn't miss anything. So the most viable ones are the ones that I've already named, and yeah, some of this don't should show up on that list, I believe.
Alright,
yeah, I mean, Alistar's on this list, and he's really one of the strongest supports. Same for Leona. So this list really is not complete. So yeah, I pretty much covered all the supports. And basically, we're just wait for the queue. My normal game elo is not high, but it's still high enough that my queues are semi-long. And just gonna wait for the queue to pop. Should be any minute now, really. Hopefully I can get one soon so I can stop talking to myself and having to fill in this blank time. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go over a lot of the reasons why certain champions have been picked a lot. So personally, I view Janna and Soraka as a tier above every other support. The reason for this is that Soraka has Sustain, is really the only champion that remains and is viable that has Sustain in both mana regen and health. That means in a long siege, a team of Soraka typically is going to win because a lot of HP, a lot of MP, meaning you can spam more. And Janna, she has a lot of presence outside of her kit. Just this for her passive, the 30% movement speed is actually really big for other lanes, or actually any lane, and even for ganks, because the jungle having extra movement speed means that you can close in distance faster and get off more ganks and get off more successful ganks. And another thing about Soraka is that she has her global at level 6. Both Janna and Soraka have a sort of global, even though Soraka's global is at level 6. The heal 200 HP at level 6 is quite a bit. It's similar to how a Shen ult is very strong because it's a global, and it basically means that you can provide utility but not being there. And that can really help out other lanes, especially mid, top, and, well, obviously jungle, and even your own lane. So Soraka basically means that at level 6, all your other lanes have an extra 200 HP heal, and that's a lot. So yeah, the reason, okay, since top 2 supports have globals, they tend to have a lot of impact outside of their lane, and that's how they picked a lot. In my tier 2, I was pretty much bunch of other champions because they're just very similar in how much utility they bring to the team. So in tier 2, it'll be stuff like Alistar, stuff like Leona, stuff like Nunu, Taric, Sona. All those champions will be tier 2. Because they bring a lot of utility, but they don't have globals. Globals are just so important because it impacts not only your lane, but all the other lanes on the map and all your teammates, and negatively impacts the enemy. So globals are just so strong, and that's why those champions are tier 1 and other champions are tier 2. But Alistar is probably the 3rd best support currently, because not only does he have Sustain, he has AoE CC and another CC that knocks back, even though it's single target. He just has so much CC that you can really fit in as pretty much any team comp, and because of Sustain, can pretty much lane with any AD in the game. And that's another reason why he's just so strong. So below that, we stuff like Leona. Leona, even though she's a very strong support because of how much damage she can bring and her AoE CC, the lack of sustain and just the difficulty to play sometimes can just be make it very hard for a team to just put Leona in the top. And here this game, I'm just gonna pick Leona. I don't care what AD picks. I'm just gonna play Leona because I feel like playing Leona, and because Leona is a fun champion to play. So, alright, and I'm gonna pick Leona here. Typically on my supports, I do not run a double like aggressive summoner like this. I usually run a exhaust flash or CV flash, though I've been running a lot less clairvoyance recently because of the nerfs to clairvoyance that happened a couple months back. But really, this exhaust is just a really strong alternative still, and clairvoyance just kind of fell out of flavor mostly. And the best reason would be because right now we're just focusing so much on winning the lane. Laning right now is so important. Not having the exhaust means that in a straight up 2-2 fight, you're pretty much gonna lose, and that sucks. So having double aggressive summoners means that you'll have an advantage over a support that only has one aggressive summoner. Say John has exhaust flash. Leona with exhaust heal will win a 2v2 most likely because of that extra summoner. So yeah, sum up, basically I don't run double aggressive summoners that much because I feel like you aren't as safe. Having flash is a lot safer, but there are situations to do so, which is when you want to win the lane really hard. And with Leona, she wants to win the lane really hard, and that's my goal, to win the lane really hard. Alright, so the first thing you want to do at champion select is figure out who's going to win which lane and how you're going to counter that lane. So right here we see a Sivir and Blitzcrank. What basically is going to happen is that Blitzcrank will want to pull, and basically what I will try to do is get pulled and go on the Sivir. That's my goal, because in a 2v2 fight, Graves and I will win against the Sivir and Blitzcrank 100% of the time, because not only do I have double summoners, Leona's W's passive, which gives me, I believe, 40 armor and MR at level 1, is immense. It's a lot of armor and a lot of resistances, and pretty much means that they can't really kill me before Graves can kill them. Plus, Graves is a very tanky champion anyway, so pretty much in a 2v2 setting, we're gonna win 100%. The only way that we can die is if we get ganked by Master Yi, or if we're chunked before that, which shouldn't happen, or Blitz gets a really good pull in. But other than that, we should be set. So here we are, the game's about to start, or the game started anyway. And like with an aggressive lane, I want to have brush control. I want to be able to deny vision of a brush and force them to be zoned away from that brush. So in such a case, I'll bring in a pink ward, 2 green wards, and a fairy tron and a pot, HP pot, meaning that the HP pots can help me sustain a bit, and fairy trons for the mana regen, and 2 wards for vision, and a pink ward for just to deny the vision, like I said earlier. A lot of other champions, say Janna, I don't really need to deny vision, and I'll just bring in 4 green wards and instead of having 1 pink ward. So yeah, basically you figure out what your goal is in the lane, and you play to that goal. I hope we're not in stock hit goal. Okay. Alright, so I'm just trying to think about whether or not I want to ward. But since my team is not going to cover me to ward their raves, and because they have a Blitzcrank, it's very dangerous to go and ward at level 1. So I would not do that. I'll instead ward out to just protect myself against a Master Yi gank. And yes, we will do mini golems. We'll try to, but if Blitz and Sivir comes, we're just going to back out because it's scary. I'm telling you for him to hit first. The reason why is because I am melee, and if I'm melee and I tank it, I have to pretty much just run. Whereas if Graves hits it first, then I can be hitting the golem as the golem is running away, and meaning that I can get more hits on it, but eventually I have to run away. But because the golem can get pulled 3 times in a separate direction, I'll get the maximum amount of hits by having Graves hit it first. So if you're melee, you want to let Graves hit it first. If you're range, you want to hit it first. That's basically it. Alright, so we're going to the lane. I'm not warding immediately at level 1, or I will, but not immediately once in the lane, because I don't really need to ward out immediately. I have a bit of time, and I just, sort of want to have the ward last a bit longer, and just maximize the efficiency of that ward. So here we go, I ward. I have no idea what Blitzcrank is. Okay, I see him now. And normally I would call that out on that, because Blitzcrank can actually roam on level 1, but because I'm kind of lazy and I'm just talking to people, or talking to you guys right now, it's a lot harder for me to just concentrate on so many things. So I am just watching this Blitzcrank ward, and keep note of that, either mentally or I'm going to write it down. 550. It's just a mental note for myself. And since I'm level 2, I can go in on them. I actually missed my chance earlier when when Blitzcrank was away from the lane because I was talking too much. Basically, you want to be aggressive right when he's trying to get the creep. And that was really, really good. We chunked him alive. And we're going to back out here. So, Sir's chunked. That's good. I'm going to try to pink ward their bush a bit. And alright, so run again. Alright, so he flashed. Shoot my hands. Ooh. Alright, just healed. Alright, so basically Graves played that really well. I don't know what else to say. Even though Blitz, I think he flash hooked me, I'd heal, and with my double summoners I was able to pull out, to come out ahead in that trade. So that was really, really well played, and yeah, basically the Graves just knew what to do, and that's good. Alright, we can dive this really easily, because of how much damage we can do. Alright, I'm gonna die here, but it's okay. 1 for 1. That was definitely worth it, because we also got an assist on that, and a lot of EXPs denied to the tower. Well, not too much since we came back to lane, but that was really, really good. And I have enough for my Philistone. I don't really need a ward because, yeah, I just don't need it. I mean, I don't need boots because I feel like I'll be able to engage without boots. And so yeah, that's my mentality for getting a gold for 10 instead of boots this early. On some champions, I might decide to get boots, but 99% of the time, I would go for the gold for 10 first because usually I would have flash or yeah, I just feel safe not needing boots so early. And yeah, just unless I'm going to roam or something, and I typically don't need boots. And only if and if I'm just staying in lane, I just don't need boots. There you go. If I'm roaming, I need boots. If I'm not roaming, don't need boots. For sure. Alright, so, okay. Right now, Graves has made a silver waster spell shield, so that's good. I don't take too much damage today. Alright. That's good. So pink ward this. I know Blitz wants to ward it soon. I see Blitz ward, pink ward that. And we can really kill Silver at any time if I can land something and he can follow up. Oh shit, Master here. I'm gonna run the fuck away. I'm gonna stun. I might die here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna die here. I don't know, it's really... Okay, that was sketchy. Alright, so basically Blitz decided not alpha. I think I have to... no, I think I'm good. They can't. It's gonna W here for an extra. Alright, Blitz is gonna die here. Oh, yes, come on, no! That was so close. That was so close. But it was worth it actually because it was a dive and they used summoners. And it's something like that. So, oh, come on, Graves. No, Graves, no! Alright, so, I don't know. I'm not sure if I could have played that better because that was just really, really, I mean, I don't know. I didn't have any summers. I used my stun already. Not sure if I could have played that better, but I'm gonna assume that I could. And basically, what you want to do is stun them when they're under a tower and make them just take damage under the tower because the tower does a lot of damage early on. So right there, basically, we had two choices: either get zoned out completely of 2 or 3 waves, or set a tower and chance a tower dive. And because I felt that we can live a tower dive, or we can at least kill several of them, I decided to stay. And in the end, it was worth it because Graves got a lot of XP that would have been otherwise sacrificed to the tower. So we came out ahead in that trade, and another game. Alright, see Master, you going top. I'm just gonna ping for my team in case you didn't see it. And in solo queue or in normal games or whatever, people tend to not see it. Whereas on like an actual game, I typically don't need to tell them, but I still do because I'm pretty much the eye for the team. Because as a support, you have really the most freedom to look around, and that's what I do. If I have the opportunity to look around, actually, let's pink order that earlier, and I completely forgot because you guys were distracting me. So, all right, going to go on the Sivir. But I know she's gonna spell shield right when I do it, so I'm just gonna not make her use spell shield and not break it. So yeah, I was just baiting out the spell shield, and basically my E's gonna come before spell shield, and that's the whole goal of that. Just gonna get ready to go on him. The spell shield's down. He flashed. Now let's come up. Alright, he flashed too. So that was good. Alright, so I got my ult right there, and I just leveled it up immediately and used it. So we would have killed them if he didn't flash, and basically both of them don't have flash anymore, and that's good. Oh, Master is coming down again. We can actually kill him if he decides to go on us, because I have all my summoners up. So basically they're scared. I have both summoners. Oh, Master just teleported away. Unless he just walked back, I don't know. But basically, yeah, Master was just too scared to go on us. He pretty much knows that we have Kim Punch on him. He's gonna try to get a pull on him. It's really hard because he's sort of baiting it. At the same time, he's gonna die. So I don't know what he's trying to do. And this zoning him out is good enough. I don't know what he's doing. Alright, so I used both my summoners, but it was worth it because we got the kill. And my ult's gonna be out in 15 seconds, so we can pretty much dive him. Or, I don't know. Alright, 5 seconds. I'm gonna tell my teammate, tell my AD, and... I will protect you. Yes. Oh, I missed my ult, that's bad. Oh my god, okay, he got it. Wow, I messed up really, really hard. Yeah, good, cool. And not only did I miss my ult right there, which I could have easily landed it if I were... What the fuck? I'm really... Alright, so much has happened right there, and it's really hard to explain through it, but I'll try my best. But basically, what I should have done, it was just like, I should have just used Q first, and then ult, but basically I wanted to use my ult. I wanted to use my ult, okay, I wanted to use my ult and then stun, because that way I tank the tower for less. Because when I start with Q and then I ult, it's just, I don't know, it feels like I would tank the tower for longer, because if I ult, I can just run away or do anything. Because I knew that if I stun right there, we could have just killed him. But if it were an actual game, I would have Chaos tank it because he had a lot of my tree, and basically he would hit it first, and then I would just leave. I was just going after, and that would have been the preferred play because communication is not 100% because it's a solo.